Hello learners. In today's presentation on applied chemistry, we are going to take the topic of food additives. In this presentation, we will be covering the topics general food additives, food preservatives, food flavors, food colors and artificial sweeteners. According to International Food Information Council and US Food Drug Administration, these are any substance the intended use of which results or may reasonably be expected to result directly or indirectly in its becoming a component or otherwise affecting the characteristic of any food. In other words, food additives are those substances that are intentionally added to food during production, processing, treatment, packaging, transportation or storage of food. They are ingredients that are added to foods to carry out particular functions like preserving, increasing shelf life, inhibiting pathogens or adding colors or flavors for interest or variety of foods. Food additives are technologically justified for maintaining the nutritional quality of the food, enhancing the keeping quality or stability of food, thereby reducing food wastage, making food attractive to consumers in a manner which precludes deception, providing essential aids in food processing. Thus, these are added to food to improve its nutritional value, storage capacity, color and appearance. Now, talking of types of additives, direct additives and indirect additives. Additives that are added for a specific function, for example, xanthan gum added in chocolate milk, bakery fillings and puddings. Indirect additives are additives that comes in contact of food during packaging, storage or handling. On basis of source of origin, additives can be classified as natural additives, those additives that occur naturally in foods, for example, caramelized sugar used for coloring in cola, extracts from beetroot juice used as a coloring agent. Then artificial additives, those additives that do not naturally occur, for example, tartarazine is a synthetic coloring agent. Then man-made additives, synthetic identical copies of substances found naturally such as benzoic acid used as a preservative. Here we have a palette full of different foods using food additives. Somewhere it is used as preservative, somewhere it is used as coloring agent, somewhere the additives are flavoring agents, so on and so on. So let us talk of the food additives, their specific functions and examples. First of all, the function of the food additive is preservative and it is used, the purpose of it is to prevent bacteria growth. Then for example, sodium benzoate, sorbic acid, and it is used in soft acids, soft drinks, acidic foods, etc. Then the second function of the preservative is antioxidant. They prevents the oxidation of lipids, for example, ascorbic acid, and these are used in potato chips or breakfast cereals, etc. Then another additive functions as a sequestrant, which combines with heavy metals and removes them from the food, from the solution, and prevents oxidation of color reactions in foods. For example, EDTA, they stabilize edible fats and oils and inhibit auto-oxidation of essential oils, etc. Moving forward, we have surface active agents and the examples are lecithin and they are used in confectionery also. Then we have stabilizers and thickeners. They stabilize and thicken foods by combining with water to increase viscosity and to form gels. For example, gum arabic, carboxymethyl cellulose, then pectin, amylase, gelatin, etc. They are used in gravies, pie fillings, cake toppings, chocolate milk drinks, jellies, puddings, etc. Then we have buffers, acid, alkali and their purpose are they control the pH in the food. For example, they are used in fruit juices and fermentation products. Then we have food colors. They improve the attractiveness of food product. They are used in ice cream, butter, carbonated beverages. Moving forward, we have additives which are used as flavoring agents. These are the substances that gives another substance another flavor. For example, naturally occurring flavoring agents are spices, herbs, essential oils, and they are used in ice cream, desserts, processed foods, puddings, etc. Another function of the additive is the flavor enhancers or potentiators. They do not have any flavor, but they enhance the flavor of the food in which they are added. For example, MSG, it is used in commonly processed foods like especially soups and sauces, etc. We have artificial sweeteners. They are sweet in taste but low in calorific value. For example, saccharine, and they are used in different kind of low calorie foods, candies, frozen desserts, etc. We have nutritional additive also. They add supplements and enrichment mixtures to a product. For example, we have vitamins, we have iodine, and they are used in wheat flour, fruit juices, processed milk, etc. Now we'll talk of the general additives. Anti-caking agents, they stop the ingredients from become lumpy. Antioxidants, they prevent foods from oxidizing or going rancid. Artificial sweeteners increase the sweetness. Emulsifiers stop fats from clotting together. Food acids maintain the right acid value. Then we have colors. Then we have humectants that keep the fluid moist, foods moist. Then we have flavors which add flavor to the food. Mineral salts, they enhance the texture and flavor. Preservatives, they stop microbes from multiplying and spoiling the food. We have additives which behave as a thickeners and vegetable gums. They enhance the textures and consistency. Stabilizers and firming agents, they maintain even food dispersion. Then flour treatment improves the baking quality of the flour. We have glazing agent additives that improve the appearance and can protect food. We have gelling agents after they alter the texture of the foods through gel formation. Additives which are flavor enhancers, that is, they increase the power of a flavor. Then foaming agents which maintain uniform aeration of gases in foods. And additives which are propellants, that is, they help propel food from a container. We have raising agent that increase the volume of food through the use of gases, and we have additives which behave as bulking agents, that is, increase the volume of the food without major changes to its available energy. Then there is a term known as E numbers. All food additives, including artificial colors, have an E number, which means they have passed safety tests and are approved for use. The E stands here for Europe. E numbers accurately describe additives used in the production of food. These numbers are also used in Australia and New Zealand, but without the prefix E. E100s, that is the E number in the 100 series, are generally colors. Then E200 to E282 are mainly preservatives and acids. E300 to E341 are mainly antioxidants and acid regulators. E400s include emulsifiers, stabilizers, thickeners, anti-caking agents, release agents, and bulking agents. Now let us talk in detail about food preservatives. These are the substances or chemicals that prevent the growth of microorganisms which could cause food spoilage and lead to food poisoning. They extend the shelf life of products so that they can be distributed and sold to the consumer with a longer shelf life. Preservatives reduce the risk of foodborne diseases, decreases microbial spoilage, and preserves fresh attributes and nutritional quality. Salt and sugar are the most commonly used preservation methods. Both are natural preservatives. They absorb the moisture from food to be preserved and thus obstructs the bacterial growth that can spoil the food. Examples of preservatives are salt, sugar, vinegar and pepper, which are common household preservatives. Saltpeter or sodium nitrate, which is used for meat curing. Then sulfur dioxide and sulfite, they inhibit the discoloration of cut fruits and serve as anti-browning agent. More examples of preservatives: benzoic acid or sodium benzoate for fruit juices, jellies, margarines and ketchups. Then we have citric and tartaric acids. They provide the acid for flavor improvement in syrups, drinks and jellies. Then we have alum and soaked lime or epoch used as firming agent for pickles and food preserves. So here is a list of a number of preservatives which we just discussed. Benzoic acid, we have sorbic acid, we have sulfur dioxide, sodium nitrite and sodium nitrate. These are all used in different variety of foods to increase their shelf life. Then they maintain the consistency and texture. Preservatives enhance flavor, texture and color. They add variety to the diet, making the essential food available throughout the year, decreasing wastage of food by preventing decay or spoilage of food. They improve or retain nutritional properties. They increase the shelf life of foods, thus increasing the food supply. We have a variety of food preservatives. Natural food preservatives, these are the preservatives that are found naturally. They don't use any chemicals or are not mixed with any synthetic items. They have antioxidant properties which delays the oxidation or aging process of the food items. These are the traditional preservatives in food that are used at home while making pickles, jams, etc. Some examples are salt, sugar, onion, vinegar, alcohol, castor oil, mustard oil, etc. Sugar is an everyday food ingredient and is found in every kitchen. It is used as a sweetener. Sugar uses the same way of osmosis just like salt when it soaks up all the moisture from the food being preserved and then obstructs the growth of bacteria that spoil the food. It is used to preserve foods like apple, plum, peach, pear, etc. The sugar preservative content works as a sweetener also and enhances the taste of the fruits over time. Salt is another essential natural food preservative. It is mostly used for preserving meat and non-vegetarian foods. It provides protection from yeast, mold and bacteria by dehydrating the microbes with the process called osmosis and enhances the life of food being preserved. It contains, onion now contains antioxidant and antimicrobial properties, which is the main reason for onion being one of the best natural preservative alternative to the artificial ones. Yellow variety of onion is said to be the most effective food preservative variety. We have chemical food preservatives also, which under certain conditions either delay the growth of microbes without destroying them or prevents the quality of food from deteriorating during manufacture and distribution. They are derived from acid and their function is that they raise the acidity of food which kills the microorganisms. Chemical preservatives seem to be one of the most effective preservatives for longer shelf life. Some examples of chemical food preservatives are benzoates, nitrites and sulfites. Other examples are sorbates and antioxidants. Artificial food preservatives are a group of chemical substances added to food, sprayed on the outside of food or added to certain medications to retard spoilage, discoloration or contamination by bacteria and other disease-causing organisms. They are prepared by artificial means in laboratories. These preservatives are used in cereals, cured meats, bread, fruit products, cake, dairy products, fish, etc. Examples of these are antimicrobial agents such as benzoates, sorbates, nitrites, antioxidants such as sulfites, vitamin E and vitamin C, etc. Chelating agents such as EDTA, polyphosphates and citric acid. The common food preservation techniques: first is pickling, which is usually done in all households. It is a common preservation technique, and vinegar is an efficient antimicrobial agent due to the action of acetic acid. Salting: it is the process in which salt draws out the water from food and stops bacterial growth. Fish and meat are preserved by this technique. Canning: in this method, food contents are processed and sealed in an airtight container at high temperature. Food products such as meat, fish, fruit, vegetables, etc. are preserved using this technique of canning. Refrigeration: in this process, food is kept at low temperature, which helps the food to stay fresh for longer time and slows down the bacterial growth. Thus, food doesn't spoil fast. Pasteurization: it is the process of heating milk or other food below boiling point to kill the pathogenic bacteria that may be found in food. This makes the food safe and also stops fermentation. Another technique of preserving is sugaring, preserving food in a high sugar emulsion that stops bacterial growth by reducing food water content. For example, fruits in which sugar is added to make jams. Till now we have discussed the general additives, food additives, and we have talked in detail about the food preservatives. Thank you.